I think that this is possibly the hardest thing that anyone can go through ever. Do you agree? It really is the hardest thing, losing a pet. Just a source of like unconditional love, of joy, of happiness, of childhood memories. And unfortunately, the day will come where we have to say goodbye. And the day for my childhood dog, Daisy, came, and I want to share this story with you. I flew home to say goodbye. My mom had mentioned that she wasn't doing so well and that the end was near and that I needed to come and say bye. So I just got home to my mom's place. So I came down here to say goodbye to her. When I first walked in the door, she's just in her bed right now. Just to see her lying there in her bed, like lifeless, so skinny. Could barely pick her head up to recognize me. It was hard, really, really hard seeing her in that state. We knew that the end was near, but you really never know like how near it is, and it had been a couple of months of Daisy just sort of declining. She was 15 and a half, so you just kind of play it day by day with that. And I had visited just a month or two beforehand with my friend Sina, and we took Daisy all around Florida.
I know it's hot, I understand that. What, boy troubles? Who?
We went to Tampa, she came out to dinners with us, like she was still very much coherent and, you know, she was older, but still barking and being her usual crazy girl self. But when I first got home and saw her condition, this time around I was kind of shocked at just how rapidly she had declined. So I have never been through anything like this before. I have never lost a pet. And I hope that in making this video, that it helps you if you are going through something similar. And just know that you're not alone. And I just wanted to share my experience and how difficult it was, but also some of the tips along the way that I think helped me could potentially be useful for you as well. I also want to share parts of where I think I could have done better. And I want to share parts of where I feel a little bit of regret and parts where I am glad that I did what I did. So the first night, I laid down next to Daisy. I put a pillow on the ground, grabbed a blanket, and just slept on the floor next to her. And I didn't realize really what I was in for. It's 4:22 in the morning. This is the second time that Daisy's gotten me up. Every 2 to 3 hours throughout the night, Daisy would get up and need to be taken outside, or she needed water. And I was there for her. Like, that was the purpose of this trip. So whatever she needed, I was there. This is about her, and I just show up best for her. Bringing super calm, loving, peaceful energy to her. And she's very relaxed right now. Her eyes are closed. And she's just sleeping. In a way, I guess one could say it's a blessing to know that death is near because we get to say our goodbyes. But it also doesn't necessarily make it easier. I think we all know we're gonna die one day, but we don't think it's gonna happen to us until it actually does. And I don't remember life before Daisy. She was just always there. She was just as much one of my siblings as my 2 younger brothers.
I want you to feel good. I want you to look your best, sweetheart. So we really have to start doing the CMOS, okay?
And so this idea of her dying, it just seemed like a concept I couldn't fully grasp. But being there with her, I just decided that, okay, well, while she's here with us, like, I am just going to do whatever it takes, be fully present with her.
One thing I wanted to add was something that I'm learning from this whole experience is just truly to be present and to put work on pause, which is very hard for me because we're fighting for the animals and that never ends. But to be here for my family member, for my sister, my Daisy. I am not taking calls or going on social media for the next 4 days. So it's been nice to like really be present here with her. And that's something that I'm learning from this whole experience is that they need to feel you close. They want to hear your voice, so that as they go into this next adventure, they can be equipped and ready to take on whatever comes their way, knowing that you have their back, that you're here for them. So
if you take anything away from this video, being present with someone while they are dying is a conscious act that we need to make. It is something that I am so grateful that I did, because typical me would be like, let me open up my computer, she's sleeping, let me edit, let me get work done. I have so much to do, but I can never get that time back. And I was present with her and for her, and I think she felt that. Like, she felt that energy of me being with her, and also the calmness that I brought. So I think oftentimes when we show up in these situations where somebody's sick or dying, it's really important that we are bringing more calm and more peace and loving energy to them, as opposed to crying over them and being distraught. Because ultimately, like, I wanted Daisy to know that it's okay if she lets go. Like, she doesn't need to hang on for me. At 15 and a half, she lived an amazing life.
I'm happy to be at the dog park. Yeah.
I mean, so loved. She was the most beloved person in my family. And it was her time. It's her time, and to recognize that and to not selfishly want her to stay in a body that's no longer serving her is something important to consider. So if you are with one of your pets as they're dying, really be careful how you show up.
I'm just giving my full undivided attention to her. All day I'm gonna be sitting here and reading her poems and telling her that she can let go. She doesn't have to be afraid anymore. She can go. I love you, Daisy.
So I was only supposed to stay in Miami with Daisy for a week. And then I had to fly back to New York because I was filming season 2 of the Just So You Know podcast that I host with my friend Justina. And we had guests lined up. We had 2 full weeks of shooting. It was a whole production and everything was paid for. And then the day before that I was supposed to fly home, Daisy started showing signs that were not good. And I couldn't leave her.
I decided that I am not gonna fly back to New York tomorrow after all. I can't leave her. Like, I'm gonna stay here with her until she passes. So we'll be here together on this couch the next couple of days, weeks, whatever it takes. So I'm not leaving her.
I did feel bad about inconveniencing everybody, but it's one of those things where, like, the podcast can wait, you know? This is like, Daisy is dying and I want to be there for her. And so I decided to stay for as long as it takes for her to transition.
It is day 3, and Daisy slept with me right here on the couch, like this. And she's tired. She seems comfortable though.
There were days where we just were sleeping together on the couch, cuddling. There were days where I would sit outside with her, get a little sun. She loved sunbathing. There were times where I tried to feed her and give her water and Okay, I'm gonna try to hold it together because I gotta get through this. But it is just so, it's so hard, like, also like not seeing her again when I go back to Miami is gonna be really hard. Like, I do think about her very often, and I owe a lot of the animal rights work that I do today to Daisy because she really opened my eyes to all animals. Like, I saw a soul, I saw a person in her that exists in all beings, and she's totally the reason that I'm vegan, 1000%. Yeah, it doesn't get easier. It just kind of hits you in waves. Like, I feel like it is very intense one moment. Like, especially right after she died, there were times where I was like, wow, I cannot breathe right now. Like, I am not okay, you know? And then I'd be distracted, or I'd be with friends, or I'd be doing something else and my mind was taken off of it. And then it's like, okay, I'm okay. Like, I've accepted this. It's just when we think of our pets, it's like they are home. They are just this innocent, pure, unconditional love. And so in a way, it's this beautiful relationship where if we didn't love so hard, the goodbyes wouldn't be as challenging as they are. There were no walls, no barriers. You just like completely open your heart to these animals. And hi. And my friend's cat is showing me some love right now. Okay, let me continue, gosh. Oh. Okay. So I noticed that about a week into me staying, right before I was going to fly back to New York, Daisy was not doing well. Like, she was not even interested in water anymore, and she was really showing the signs of transitioning. So that night we went to bed probably around like 9:30 or 10, and we were sleeping together on the couch. And just like she had done in the previous evening and throughout the week, she let out a small little bark to let me know that she needed to go outside. And so I took her outside, and she struggled using the bathroom. After about 25 minutes being outside with her and her just like kind of standing there trying to use the bathroom, I said, okay, Daisy, like, are you done? Let's try laying back down again. And I put her back in her bed, and then she like soiled the bed. So I had to like wash her bottom half. So I went to the sink holding her, and I began just shampooing her and washing her. And then as I was carrying her back to her bed, which had the wee-wee pads in there, I was walking with her, she started like peeing all over me. So she had released like whatever was in her. And so I said, it's okay, Daisy, it's okay. And I put her down, and I said, I'll be right back. I just need to change and rinse off. And so I hopped in the shower upstairs, and I came back down, and I saw she was just kind of laying there. At this point, it's like 3:30 in the morning, and I just went over to her and I was laying on top of her bed and her head was here. And I was just talking to her and I was like, you can let go, baby girl. I love you so much, it's okay. And sometime in that period of me petting her and holding her and talking to her, she reached out her paw and took a big inhale and then exhaled, and that was the last breath that she took. That was the last breath she took. Daisy just passed away. I'm sitting on the couch next to her now. She peacefully transitioned and made her exit. I was sitting with her and holding her. It's like 3 in the morning, I'm so tired. I didn't even realize she was gone, and then I just listened to see if I could hear her breath, and she wasn't breathing. So we just laid here together for a little bit. It's so hard. I also, in a way, am appreciative that she let go on her own and not through the means of euthanasia. I think that's like one of the hardest decisions anybody ever has to make. Someone once told me, when the bad days outweigh the good days, that's when you know. When the bad days outweigh the good days, that's when you know. And there were bad days with Daisy where she had this heart problem and this horrible cough, and you never really know what sensations they're experiencing. And so there were times throughout the years, actually, where my family was considering it. But then she lasted a year, 2 years, 3 years later. And so I'm so grateful that we didn't make that decision. We didn't euthanize her before her time. But I also understand, like, this was a lot of work. I mean, just these 2 weeks that I was there with her were very demanding. I mean, you're up every 2 hours, you know, round the clock, like any sound that she makes, you can't leave her alone. And I really have to give my mom and my mom's partner, Dave, a lot of credit for taking care of her for full time for the years that she lived with them since I had graduated college. And yeah, like when you get a pet, it's like you really have to consider this end of life care of like, they are going to get old and they are going to need medications. They are going to need your love, your attention, your support. And I think people sometimes just get dogs, they buy them, and they don't consider like this is a commitment to that dog's lifetime. So I think overall, we did the best that we could with Daisy, and that's all that we could do is the best that is just to try and to keep her comfortable. And I am grateful that I dropped everything that is important, quote unquote, right, to be there for her, because that's really what was important. And really thinking through our priorities, that in the end of life of anyone, they need you there. And death is just as much an important process as birth. Happy birthday, dear Daisy. I've just been laying here the past like 3 hours looking at pictures and waiting for this person to come pick up her body. It's so hard. I don't know know what you believe, but I believe moment of death transcends us into whatever our next adventure is. So setting that up to make it as peaceful, loving, and supportive as possible is essential. And hopefully Daisy felt that. I tried. But thanks for watching this, you guys. I know that it is a very difficult subject matter. It's not really funny like some of my other videos. It's not very happy at all, but it is the reality of what we go through as pet owners. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful. If you have any experiences that you'd like to share, caring for your pets in their final days, final hours, please do share. It's helpful, and I know that there's like grief support out there, because it is true that losing one of your beloved pets can be just as bad or worse than losing a human that's close to you. Oh my God, yeah. It is worse in many ways, I think. But thought I would share this little insight into my world. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. A lot more stuff coming your way. Okay, bye.
Is that Daisy? The lights are flickering. You see that?
Gravity, the space between is pulling me like gravity. It's been 3 days, I'm not okay, it's killing me. And I'm out of words that I can say.
Bring it up, bring it down. Bring it up, forward, fast.
You look the other way when you've been passing me. Why'd we let it go the way it had to be? No, I don't wanna see us fade away. I can see you looking serious.
What did you do? What is on your face?
Every time I see you with somebody else, you don't know that I still need you around.
People are gonna think that I drugged you.
How you run so fast? How did we not last? Trying not to get away.
Hey, we got ourselves a cool chick on the beach. Her name's Daisy.